everyone. Welcome to the show. So, evidently, Republican lawmakers are freaking out. They're freaking out about the midterms. Take a look at this article. It says Republicans absolutely apoplectic as Trump put them in an impossible situation. So, a reporter was on CNN. She confirmed this. She said that they're quote unquote tearing their hair out. And she said that basically, they can't keep Trump on message. They've tried. He just is, sucks at this point. And then even Trump minion Larry Kudlow was recently, he was doing this interview. And he admitted on air that it was really bad. So he said in this interview that the Republicans are doing nothing. He said the polls are lousy. Here's why they're panicking. They're right to panic. Fox News just published their latest polls for two different Senate races. And what they revealed is that Donald Trump is underwater in two very crucial states that he just won. He just won these states in 2024, including the very red state of Ohio, which who knows how much longer it's going to be red. But first, before I get into all of that, I want you guys to take a look at where things stand in those Senate races. So here's the first one. Like I said, this is Ohio. You can see Sherrod Brown is ahead by quite a bit, by 8 points. Now, here's the thing. Sherrod Brown used to be the senator there, and then he got voted out. So he's coming back. So the voters already know him. Ohioans already know him. I think that's why he's doing so well. They know that he is, a good guy, and he is not, going to do something radical in their state, but he is definitely a populist, and they like that. And then here's the thing. Here's what else this Fox News poll said. Sherrod Brown's lead expands from 8 to 10 points among people who say they are certain to vote. So he definitely has the edge. And then here's another one of the reasons why he's doing so great. Take a look. Even in ruby red Ohio, take a look down at the fourth or fifth line down. Donald Trump's approval rating is only 43%. His disapproval is 56%. Again, he just won this state. And Republicans have been winning the state for quite a while. I don't think anyone has won. I don't think a Democrat has won Ohio since in the presidential race. I mean, since Obama. Anyway, Michigan is a little bit different, but not much. So take a look at this. Obviously, Abdul El Sayed is down a little bit, but not by that much. He's down by 4 points, just outside of the margin of error. But even here, Donald Trump is very unpopular. So that's probably what's helping him quite a bit. So you can see here, he is even less popular, Donald Trump is, than El Sayed. So Abdul El Sayed has a 42% approval rating. Donald Trump is at only 40%. And then he's more like the disfavorable or unfavorable is, even worse. So El Sayed has 55% unfavorable. Donald Trump has 59. So 4 points higher. I mean, and then if you look all the way down at the bottom, look at how unpopular the MAGA movement has become in the state of Michigan. Again, this is a state that Trump just won. Actually, Trump won Ohio in all 3 presidential elections, and he won Michigan in 2 elections. He won in both of the years that he won. So 2016 and 2024. And now his MAGA movement has only a 40% popularity rating, and he's at the same 40%. So this is a major shift away from him and the MAGA movement. And the longer this war drags on, the worse it's getting. This is absolutely why he's underwater. So check this out. So this was the latest Economist YouGov poll. 33% approval rating Donald Trump has. His disapproval, they said, was 62%. And then look at the demographic breakdown. This just every single time I share this with you guys, it gets worse. So, just to give you an example, if you guys are kind of new to this and new to my channel, just a few months ago, all of the red dots that you see there at the top, male, 65 plus, white, high school or less education, those were all at or above the 0 line, which means he was in positive territory with all of those groups. This is how far he's fallen in such a short period of time, just several months. He is now underwater with every single demographic group. And of course, like I said, the number one reason is like twofold, but they're related: the Iran war and the economy. I mean, you know, the economy wouldn't be as bad if the Iran war wasn't going on, but there still would be issues. And then check this out. Listen to this. So this is a focus, or this is a polling organization called Focal Data. They just conducted a survey. Here's what they found. It says 53% of registered voters felt worse off under Trump, including nearly 57% of independents and almost one quarter of Republicans. Nearly two-thirds said the US economy was moving in the wrong direction, while just 25% said it was heading in the right direction. Yeah, you cannot win elections with things like this. And then most people are feeling the economy at the gas stations, like how bad it is. Case in point, want you guys to check this out. So this is a CNN clip, and this is how voters are rating Donald Trump on gas prices specifically. Very, very telling.
It's disapprovals on gas prices by president. Look where President Trump is in 2026. We're talking about, on average, a disapproval rating of 79%. You can't reach 79% just by Democrats disliking the job that you're doing, or dare I say, hating it. Look at this. It crosses party lines. 85% of independents disapprove of the job that President Trump is doing on gas prices. And then, of course, that tried and true Republican base that is stuck with Donald Trump through thick and thin. Even they, a majority of them, 52%, disapprove of the job that President Trump is doing on gas prices. Look at this. Disapprove of Trump on gas prices among those making under $50,000 per year. Among them all, look at this number, 86%.
Yep. So, doing worse than any other president in regard to gas prices. And the reason he brought up people making $50,000 or below is because that was Donald Trump's base. That was a huge part of what put him into office in 2016, a huge part of the people who swept him into office this past year or 2024. So he's losing all of those people. He's setting records all over the place that you don't want to set. And this is definitely affecting down ballot Republicans, especially if they're already crappy candidates, which perfect example, Ken Paxton down in Texas. For those who don't know, he's running to be a US Senator. Last week, I don't know if you guys caught this, but I covered 3 different polls that showed that the Democrat, James Tallarico, is leading Paxton. Well, now there's a 4th one out. This is from Texas A&M. It's a university down there, and they released their latest survey. So take a look at this. So you can see here, Tallarico is up 3 points, or excuse me, 4 points on Paxton. So he has 47. Paxton only has 43. And here's why. Check out what it says down below. So down below all of the candidates and their stats, it says Paxton is favored on the border only. That's the only thing that people see in him. On Tallarico, they're like, yeah, I like him on affordability. I trust him on Iran, the water issues, safety. I mean, and then remember, people feel like Trump already has the border under control. So it's not really a boon for Paxton. It's not really a positive for Paxton that they see him tough on the border, because they're like, oh, well, I don't really need him for that. Trump has already handled that. What people need right now is financial relief. Everybody says the number one issue for them is the economy, is inflation. So they trust Tallarico on affordability. That tells you everything you need to know. And then even more telling is the parts below. So if you look down below, it says that Tallarico is in touch with Texas values. He's authentic. He's honest. That's the feedback of the voters. Look at Paxton, tough and corrupt. That's how he's described. That's what people think of him. Is so sad. I mean, it would be if he wasn't such a piece of shit, but yeah. Anyway, and then look down at the very last two lines here. 57% of voters, including large majorities of Democrats and independents, say tactics used by ICE have gone too far. Majority of respondents say they've been about, or excuse me, majority of Republicans say they've been about right. So when it comes to anybody other than, Trump, hardcore Trump supporters, even Texas people, even Texas citizens and respondents say no, they've gone too far. And this next one is from Emerson College. So take a look at this. Now, I'm showing you guys this because I don't cherry pick. Okay. Ken Paxton is leading in this one by 1 point. So within the margin of error, but I wanted to show it to you guys because I don't want to hide anything. And for anyone who still has PTSD from Beto O'Rourke running against Ted Cruz in 2018, Beto O'Rourke was rarely leading Ted Cruz in the polling. There were a few outliers where he was ahead, but for the most part, Ted Cruz maintained a lead throughout the entire cycle. For some reason, people like him. For some reason, they like that creepy grandpa Munster looking thing, piece of shit, who keeps screwing them over. Anyway, the last thing I want to show you guys is this. So this just came out today. CBS News did their YouGov poll, or YouGov did their CBS poll, and it shows 75% of Democrats, 62% of independents, and even 54% of Republicans are now saying, yeah, I would go for government price controls. I think that would be a good thing. Yeah. People are sick of it. People are tired. People are stressed out. They are desperate. And so, yeah, they are actually looking at socialist type of policies like government price controls and going, yeah, that sounds like what we need because it's out of control. And I heard I heard it put in the most perfect way the other day. I think it was the New Republic news outlet that said, if you are afraid of socialism or you don't like socialism, then make capitalism better. Make it better, make it work for everyone. Otherwise, you get, as we tell children, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Anyway, guys, there you go. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please donate if you can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.